It's the ministry with a surprise show.
We back, baby.
We was all back.
You're like, surprise show.
Apparently, for now. Man said acknowledge me and bounced. So for anyone on pod, Leon was with us and left. So guys, this is possibly a 3-man show, possibly a 4-man show. Totally unscripted. Bit of he's back. Give me 1 second.
The rating, the ending.
And spinning like a motherfucker. Right, he's back. Acknowledge him. So totally unplanned. We ended our recording, and Big Tone asked a question, which is a bit of a follow-up on our big video of the one that made us cross the 1K mark. And if Nick was here, we would have the marking out at this question, but sadly he's not here. Big Tone, I will give you the screen, bro. I will let you answer the question. We debated it a bit, but we'll try and do it again. Ask your question and we will lead.
Okay, so my main reason for asking this question, because I was thinking about it the other day, and it's actually quite a lot based on what you then and Nico was saying about American fans not knowing AEW. I'm wondering, now that the excitement has simmered down a bit, I'm thinking rationally. I'm thinking, can AEW actually fill Wembley Arena with 90,000 fans?
So here's the big thing. Nico believes, and I don't know so far's record numbers, but Nico's statement, and the video went out, you guys were there, was AEW All In will do better than WrestleMania. Now, this is our mecca in terms of venues within the UK. Wembley Arena. It was the home to WrestleMania 92. Is that why Tony went there? We don't know.
SummerSlam.
But can it be sold out?
Wembley
Can
Stadium.
AEW sell that venue out then?
Yes, it can. And reason for that is the UK wrestling fan base is rabid. We're crazy. We don't get it every time. So when it happens, it's a major thing. And AEW coming over to the UK, there's a lot of fans just waiting to see it. I'm waiting to see it. I want to actually see this. I want to see Omega live. I hope they stay good. And also, as we spoke about before, if they could they set up to say 60,000 and they're like, oh, we need to cross that threshold. We can't really get that far. And then they get an announcement, CM Punk now on the card. That will kick it up another notch.
So Leon, you had a few gems earlier. What is your thought process of why they chose Wembley, and can they fill out the venue?
Well, here's the thing. The last event that was there was SummerSlam 92. Now, WWE start bringing their pay-per-views over to the UK. They bring Clash at the Castle. They bring Money at the Bank at the O2. And then out of nowhere, AEW bring All In at Wembley Stadium, not the arena. It's Wembley Stadium. Now I'm thinking, is that a shots fired out to WWE from Tony Khan, or is it to prove that they can fill out the stadiums more than WWE can? I mean, at one point they did have a problem with filling out stadiums, whereas AEW haven't really had that problem as much because they have had it a couple of times. But now they're starting to fill out and sell out again. So I think they will easily sell out the stadium. I think they will easily do it. And because of that, Nico may have a point in what he said in terms of it doing better than WrestleMania, because in night one it was good. There were some areas where it could have been better. Night two wasn't so good. So, people have got mixed feelings over 2 nights, whereas on that one night at All In, it's going to be absolutely shocking. People are going to be talking about it for a very long time. It's going to be historical. Could be new faces showing up. There could be heel turns. There could be face turns. There's a lot of things that could happen. And on top of that, British fans are more crazy about wrestling, whether it's professional wrestling or whether it's sports entertainment. We are the better fans. So that stadium will sell out easily.
So here's my thing. Will it sell out? Okay, there's a few things to unpack here. First of all, I'm going to say it. I said it off screen. I'll say it again. I was a bit hurt when I found out that Backlash is actually going to be in Puerto Rico. Nothing against Puerto Rico at any point, but when we heard Money in the Bank, we was unaware that WWE were doing their pay-per-view calendar outside of the US. So it felt like we were in for something special. And there's this tour of countries going on. You know, like Saudi Arabia has Crown Jewel. We may have Clash at the Castle as an annual thing. I was of this nature of, wow, we got Money in the Bank. We're the first country outside of the US to get it. Puerto Rico's got it. Kind of hurt. Not in a bad way, but it is what it is. Now, AEW had announced a show before Money in the Bank. It's interesting to look at it and think, okay, at the time, we all believed that the Khans own Fulham. That's where it's going to be. It's an easy one. It's a guaranteed sellout. Contains numbers. I wonder, is it iconicity that make them do it? Is it that they're trying to say that they've outsold SummerSlam, 92? Is it that they're trying to outdo the fact that WWE have gone into the O2 Arena and they're like, we can go even bigger than what you've done? My thing is as much as they are big in the UK, AEW have got that. We're going to be there. We are looking forward to opening the show singing Judas with Jericho. It's all about the pricing plan. That, I believe, is the ultimate thing, because as much as AEW have fans, and I've heard it from people when we've been to our shows, UK fans know what it is. Den has mentioned that the US fans aren't so familiar with it. But I do believe that, especially with 90,000, in order to sell it out, you need to have the right pricing structure. If not, you're going to have a very fancy set to make sure that your sold out arena is due to the capacity of your ring entrance. That's my personal view on it.
Look at Clash of the Castle. You know, it's the seatings got changed.
It did indeed.
It got rearranged because I don't think WWE actually sold out Clash of the Castle when they wanted to. I think they rearranged it to make it look like larger numbers.
And that's why you've got an L-shaped entrance. It could well be. It makes sense.
But at the same time, Nico's line of it would do bigger than WrestleMania. If they had WrestleMania and said it's in the UK, if they say that today WrestleMania is in the UK and tickets go on sale now and we have no bookings, do you remember how low everyone's expectations for WrestleMania is right now? WWE is so weak right now. It will sell out today, right now, and they could have it at 4 different stadiums in the UK, and they will sell out all 4 different stadiums for both nights today, because not only do you get the UK fans, you get the fans from France, Germany, Italy, all of them will fly over to the UK to watch it.
Even the US fans, because it's Mania.
Well, it's US fans, they're not flying that far. Whenever, anytime someone here, we are over here for WrestleMania. You flew over for WrestleMania? And that's also WWE fans. It's surprising that people travel for something like this. But yeah, it will do bigger than AEW. WWE is just 100% bigger than WWE. But AEW right now, in the UK, it's the biggest audience they get. Think of what's called again, TNA Impact. Back when they were TNA, screw it. When they were over here, they went to the arena, the Wembley Arena, sold out like that. As I stated, I got free tickets the second time because they weren't that hot the second time round. But they were always there because the UK fans rabid. We're crazy. And we want to see the Young Bucks. How are we going to ever see the Young Bucks unless we fly to the US? So go get a ticket for Wembley. Come on. Young boy, get to Wembley.
Okay. I mean,
Edge will be there.
I've listened to everyone's arguments. And to be honest, I agree with all of you. It's the only thing that just makes me a bit cynical is just like, again, what you guys were saying about AEW and like, do we actually think it's as big as we actually hope it is? In our minds, it's the best thing on TV, wrestling-wise, yeah. So, like, of course, we have our feelings on it. We'll definitely be there. Wasn't even a question. Yeah. But then like the rest of like the UK, I think if people showed out, I know it's WWE and this is AEW, yeah. But I think if people went all the way to Cardiff, 50,000 strong for Clash at the Castle, AEW does like stand a good chance of like 90,000 people getting there because Wembley, it's London, a lot of
It's
London.
not Cardiff.
So
It's not
here's a
Cardiff.
question. Here's a
No
follow-up question.
hotels.
Here's a follow-up question that makes it a bit of a challenge, right? Now, it's a conversation we within our circle have had. Now, there are those who have possibly been outpriced for WWE, and they're going to run to this AEW show, provided they know AEW, because I believe you still have WWE marks in the UK, right? You may have your people who stumble across. But could AEW also be in trouble based on the fact that WWE have not only just brought a pay-per-view over, but they've done it as a super show. It's a double card. It's SmackDown and Money in the Bank, right? That ticket price, which we could all attest to, is pretty hefty. Personally, still reeling. Could that also impact how many people are available to buy a ticket to an AEW show?
It goes back to what you were saying, though, isn't it? It's all about the pricing structure. If they do price accordingly, like Leon suggested, if they did it like football price, like what's it, 90 and like 200 for like the VIP seats. If they did it for something like that, then you know what? They are definitely getting their numbers because people turn out for that. But when they start going for this 200, 300, 400 for basic seats, this is where we're gonna have problems.
Yeah, but you make a good point there, AJ, where it comes to all depends on the price, as you said, but it also I just spent money to go to watch WrestleMania, watch Raw. Then I spent money because you have to buy tickets early for Money in the Bank. In a few weeks' time, I've got to spend more money again for something later. I've got a couple other music gigs to go, so I've got a lot of stuff to do, and I spend a lot of money. I might start thinking to myself like, is it really worth me dropping this money on this show because I don't think I can afford it. I just watch it on TV. So it could come up. And as I said, even if it's 90, there's some people like 7,000 people flew over to the US to watch from UK to watch WrestleMania. Count those 7,000 people will be at AEW.
Yeah.
That's only 7,000. But then we keep thinking London, and we made it all to Cardiff. Cardiff is a small place compared to London. We have a lot more hotels. We have a more for atmosphere area. So people will come down and the hotels will be jammed and they will get their asses thing. There's a lot of people coming down to try to get into the O2 Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of people that were at Mania on the plane ride back. Are you going Money in the Bank? Of course. So
that's a good
you're
point.
going to Mania. If you're going to Mania, you're going to every wrestling show that comes to the UK. So they got those people locked in. And those are fans. Those are people that's willing to fly to another country to watch a match. They know about AEW. It's about getting the casuals. Can they get the casuals in the door?
This is where my cynicism comes in. I'm thinking, is AEW, does it have as much stroke as we think it does? Like, because again, we are the hardcore. We are like the people who will pay to go see like all of these. We are the ones that will fly out to go like watch wrestling in another country. But your average Joe fan, I'll be interested to know how many people in Cardiff were local and then how many come from outside of Cardiff to go.
Everyone came from outside.
Yeah.
I think it was like a lot of locals there.
Locals was probably like 100 people. Everyone else was outside.
I mean, look, let's bring it back. I would call a spider. Apart from that guy there, how many Welsh accents did we truly hear in terms of people we communicated with for wrestling?
Don't know.
Think of it. Now, here's the next question. And I'm, again, not dissing the video that's made the numbers. But here's a question. To categorically... Now, I don't want to diss Tony Khan, because Tony Khan was the guy who would talk about the demos when WWE beat NXT. And NXT beat AEW in the ratings. It then became a demo war. No one ever cared about demos ever before Tony Khan brought out demos. Now, going back to Nick's question, and I believe Tony Khan would do it if he had it in the reverse. But yes, you could sell out. But based on the pricing structure, Money in the Bank could actually do better from a business standpoint from ticket sales than AEW would based on the value. And in that question, going back to the AEW All In will do better than WrestleMania, could it do it through gate value as opposed to numbers?
Better than WrestleMania.
Well, because Nick says All In will do better than Mania. So my question
nothing
is,
compares to WrestleMania in this wrestling bubble. In this wrestling bubble, nothing compares to Mania. Mania is the Oscars of wrestling. Everyone wants to be on WrestleMania. Every wrestler in AEW want to main event WrestleMania.
But what does he actually mean? What does he actually mean, though? Does he mean by production? Does he mean by show? Does he mean by
money,
booking?
build numbers and money?
The
fans turning up. If you heard today, we are just about to go buy the tickets tomorrow for AEW, and you hear Mania is coming, and it's coming earlier. Fuck it, SummerSlam is coming because it's more close to that point. SummerSlam's coming, and it's on August 14th. You have to pick one.
I'm picking All
In because we've already got the Money in the Bank tickets. We're gonna go to Money in the Bank. But imagine we didn't have Money in the Bank tickets. We had to choose one or the other, AEW or WWE.
Can I honestly be honest?
I'm still picking All In.
Not only is All In losing for me personally, I would try to sell my Money in the Bank ticket for SummerSlam just because of the weight of the name of SummerSlam. That's me personally speaking.
All right, I'm giving you that because, once again, they will steal all the money from AEW right away because everyone's like, cool, we're going to go to WWE, but there's also AEW. I can't pay both. You're going to pick one. The little kid, Daddy, can I go watch AEW? We have WWE.
Big time, I'm watching your face. Are you honestly saying if SummerSlam was coming tomorrow, not even Mania, SummerSlam was coming, you would go All In over SummerSlam?
Yeah, because again, like you guys went to watch it WrestleMania, and I was actually originally supposed to be part of that. Yeah, and to be honest, I'm so glad I didn't go and spend that money. Set. WrestleMania, and that's the show I got. Oh my gosh! And this is what I'm saying. Like, my faith in WWE is a little damaged, to be honest. Yeah, and like, yeah, you got your big stars and everything, but you also got to understand. I've seen Roman. The only person I haven't really seen up close and personal now is freaking Cody. Yeah, who I want to see. Yeah. And like again, AEW has a lot of people who I've never seen and want to see. Yeah, like Jericho. Like I haven't seen Jericho. I want to see him. Yeah, like say if you actually do get CM Punk to come back. Yeah, like man, yes, I do want to be in the arena for when that cult of personality starts. Man, I want to see Omega and the Bucks do their thing. One thing I can guarantee: show by show, AEW is going to have better wrestling. And as a wrestling super fan, yeah, like that's what I'm in for. But I fully understand that the casual would not think like me at all. 100%.
I'm going to challenge you, though. I'm going to challenge you. You said Cody is the one that would do it. Now, if you had Roman Cody Part 2, Cena Rock Part 3, and then Austin
let's cut that out.
No. I'm putting it there because we're talking about star power and what he said makes. I've seen everything I need to see from WWE. If they put the money down and said, Dwayne, we need you to shut these fuckers down in Wembley. We need you, Dwayne. We need you, John.
If The Rock is my all-time number one. Of course, in it, yeah. Any show he's going in, like he's gonna take priority in it. Yeah. I just want to be there for the if you smell. And like, come on, man. But that again, that's a pipe dream. I wouldn't go into it thinking Oh, he might be there. Like what happened with this year's WrestleMania. Oh, he might be there. He wasn't there. And then you got some bland shit. Yeah. Where Roman
The
just.
first night was good.
The
First night was really good.
Yeah, it was good.
Too bad we had to go back to the arena for second night.
Yeah, well, this is it, innit? Yeah. Which actually brings into question their whole 2-night format. Yeah, maybe they need to consider that, but hey.
They're getting twice the money for the same set. They're setting up one set, it's staying overnight, then they use it again. They're making so much money for the 2 nights, and the ticket prices can be a lot higher. And then people that can't, like we had, as I said, I had someone to the right of me. They bought 2 tickets for one night, and the 2 tickets next night, and they had one friend that came with them one night, and them and another friend with them the second night. Behind, the guy bought 8 tickets, and he had his friends changing around. So it was like a group of friends on this one, and the next night a different group of friends, and he was the only one that was wrestling fans. His other ones weren't wrestling fans. They just went, "Yeah, I just heard about this thing. It's in LA, and we live in LA, so we might as well just come to it." And he's like, "Yeah, man, I've been watching this with my kids," and he just brought his friends along. So the same thing could happen with AEW. You could have really hard marks that really want to watch it, and they're telling their friends about it. And look, bruv, I'll buy a ticket for you because that's how good it's going to be. And that's how they get to the 90,000.
Hey,
do you know
I pray. Honestly, like my fingers are crossed. I'm just like I still have an element of cynicism because again, I don't know because I am, a wrestling mark. Yeah, we are all wrestling marks, yeah. And like how we see it, yeah, our vision of how AEW is and how it's doing might be very different from the actual reality of how it's viewed by the general public and casuals. And again, you're going to need the casuals to fill out that 90,000 capacity stadium. Yeah, and so I honestly hope with all my heart they do it. Yeah, I hope they do it then some. I hope they have to get the seats of the grass in it. Yeah, we had some stupid numbers by the end. But it will not surprise me if they don't make capacity.
They sold out 10. Sorry.
Do you know what could do it? Sorry, Dan, I'll let you go after.
Go ahead.
If your poster potentially has Anthony Ogogo, not Major, definitely has to have Chris Jericho. CM Punk can work. And I think there's another 2 people that we have forgot that will attract a shitload of people.
Big Show, Mark Henry.
Well, Big Show, Mark Henry are partially there. Matt and Jeff Hardy. And if I'm honest, if you put Rey Fenix in there, people think it's Rey Mysterio in a different mask. It sounds so bad, but that is enough. That is enough for the casuals to go, "Oh shit, the Hardy Boys are coming!" Like that. Those, like, if you see Chris Jericho and the Hardy Boys on a poster, you might even go, "Rah, Jack Swagger's there too." Like you don't even know he's Jake Hager. That little nucleus of people could be just enough for the cat, especially the Hardys. Jeff Hardy, I think more than anyone else, Jeff Hardy, provided that fucker could stay clean. Respect when I say that fucker, Jeff. I will love you to the core. Jeff Hardy, I think, is one of those highlight reels that has gone through the test of time. You ask any casual who's seen wrestling during the Attitude Era, like, did you see that madness Jeff Hardy used to do? Exactly, it's that. Everyone's on that left, right, and center. And that could be, honestly, as much as CM Punk is there, as much as Kenny Omega is everything to all elite fans, Jeff Hardy could be the secret to that gate. Because respectfully, for everything that we said right now, do you realize none of us has actually, and again, it's not a disrespect because we all love the guy, not one of us has talked about how MJF is going to bust that gate past 90,000.
Because he's not on our show today. That's why none of us have talk about it. There's one Mark in our group that is in love with MJF. Not saying he's wrong because
he may have quoted Switchblade more than MJF, but again, his quote is going to be Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay will be the thing for him for sure.
Right, so yeah,
but there's one legit name that we haven't mentioned, and that's Bryan Danielson. It's funny because now you're talking past the prime of WWE. Can he be a star that you recognize? Yes, but that's in the same vein as taking Claudio. That's even Moxley. Some people are like, right, is that Dean Ambrose? Like, maybe they're there, but you still got to be deep enough. Yes, WrestleMania was huge,
Was it huge to the casuals? I don't know.
The Jeff Hardy line is a great one because the TNA show went to, it was for Jeff Hardy. Everyone was there for Jeff Hardy and the Dudleys. That was it. And I mean,
And
people
think of it,
dressed like it.
this time, Tony Khan actually has the Hardy Boys theme.
Yeah.
So that really puts you into that. As a guy who's loved the Hardys, I think I've seen Jeff. Have I seen Jeff live? I can't even remember. I've not seen Matt live, and everyone knows I'm V1 to the core. So to me, to see the Hardys come out will gas the fuck out of me.
Yo, we us three have been talking quite a bit, and the champ's not really said much.
No, I agree.
You're
I
still
agree.
here?
I'm listening, but it's also late, so
No, we will be man.
Yeah, all right then, cool. If you're not saying anything, go with this. Great point. You said Big Tone. I do believe they will sell out. It all depends on the ticket prices, but I also believe this is what happens a lot of times. If tickets are not selling too well, I bet you any money every seat's full. Still,
You're gonna start like giving them handing out some.
give them out to radio stations. There's a competition going on. You can win a ticket to this AEW show. Name the song.
Well, honestly, I hope all that happens because, again, for me, yeah, if they do get anywhere close to filling out that, it doesn't have to be 90,000. Like, to be honest, yeah, it can be 70, it can be 60, it can be 50,000. Yeah, if you get just 50,000 rabid fans, yeah, for an AEW show, that is gonna be amazing.
They started out with this all-out thing because they got told you can't sell out a 10,000 arena, and they did in less than 30 seconds. They sold out an arena. But they sold it out in 29 point something seconds, which they couldn't stop talking about. 29.7 seconds or something like that, and they kept going on about it.
Sorry.
Oh. But yeah, that was in Las Vegas. They did it. Great. They're now in the UK where the crazy people are that have no money but just spend it anyway.
Fingers crossed, because I want it. I want it more like, like I said, I feel if they get that capacity, this by far is going to be the best show of the year. And like I think it was you, Leon, or people are going to be talking about this for ages. It's going to be something that is just remembered if they get the numbers, yeah. And like it will surpass WrestleMania, yeah, in every way if they get those numbers.
Super Kick Party, Super Kick, Super Kick Party, and finally, as I said, we're going to get fans that will sing along to the themes. And Jungle Boy's theme is quite easy.
So here's the thing: surpass WrestleMania in terms of entertainment, for sure. That's what AEW do. One thing I will say, Big Tone, one thing I disagree with is you said if it's 50 or 60,000, it will be awesome. As a fan, it will be. As a company, it's egg on the face. Today I saw a video. Today I saw a video saying it. You go out and say Wembley Arena, Wembley Stadium, awesome. The fact that you kick off by talking about we're going to a 90,000 stadium, 90,000 capacity stadium, you need to fill that number. Even if you do 89, it's like, you couldn't do it. Do you get what I'm saying? If you say you're in Wembley, you're in Wembley. The minute you start to do the number, if you go under that number, you are fucked. It doesn't look good for you.
I think it's fine. I think again, it's the visual. Yeah, it's the visual of how they do the arena and everything, and how they plan it out. And there's thousands of thousands, the biggest gate that AEW's ever had. That's what the headline is going to be at the end of this, isn't it? Yeah. It doesn't matter how many people come. It's going to be, this is the biggest gate we've ever had, we've ever done. Yeah. You get 56,000, same as Cash at the Castle, innit? Yeah. You've done it. Your success, mission accomplished. Anything above this is like, that is overachieving. If you get your 90,000 people, you knocked it out the park. If you have to surpass that and put in extra seats, then it's a dream come true.
Right, we're going in circles right now. I think the show should be wrapped up, but don't press that stop button.
No,
you never know what gems might come out.
I'm not pressing nothing because who knows what will be a show. But what I will say, guys, for the last time tonight, is questions below. Comment below for a few questions. 1, do you believe AEW can sell out Wembley Arena? 2, if you are in the UK, what is your max price that you are willing to pay for an AEW All In ticket to be All In? And finally, Den said it's impossible for the US fans to do it. If you are international, would you be willing to fly on over to check out All In? Because you know how us UK fans do. We burn it down. Sorry to quote the other company while talking AEW, but it's what we do. And we will be rocking out while we're All In. So until later on, I've not got it in the right format. I do apologize, gentlemen. Yeah, we'll keep it as that. Let's get that in the right order. I am the one AJ Anthony Jordan.
I'm Dendertech. Can't wait for AEW.
Reigning defending champ Simsy, #1.
All right. Big Tone out the zone. Good night, everyone.
We out, guys. See ya.